Hello and welcome to the Aspiring Writers and Authors Facebook group. I want to welcome you in, and I'm excited to share this first how-to video with you here. So I want you to know it's not unusual for writers to experience resistance when they're getting ready to sit down and write. I discovered this when I wrote my first book, and I learned how to move through it. But just keep in mind, resistance is part of the process, not a reason not to write. And so I'm going to give you 6 steps to move through that resistance and beyond to get you writing. So step number 1, this one's really important. You want to make sure that you set a realistic writing goal for your time, for your sitting. And so you got to decide, what is your goal? How many pages are you going to write? How much time are you going to spend? It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours. I actually wrote my first book with the goal of 5 pages once a week. And believe it or not, I got that book done. So I had a really realistic goal for me. I was working full time at that point, and I did it. I made it realistic. So I made it realistic and I stuck to it. So that's what you need to do. Make your goal for each sitting realistic and then stick to it. Step number 2, before you sit down to write, determine which chapter or part of your book you want to work on, and you want to be specific here. Now, this video here is about moving through that writing resistance. I do have a book action plan to help you create an outline and a plan for your book, and that's important before you even sit down to start writing. So you can always message me and find out more about that plan. Right now, we want to focus on moving through that resistance. So you've got a plan ready. You want to make sure that you're specific about which chapter you're going to write on. And then you want to gather all the materials that you need to work on that chapter, whether you have interviews or references or notes on stories that you want to tell, whatever it is that you're putting into that chapter, you want to make sure you have all the materials ready to go. That way you have them right at your fingertips, and that will help you stay in the flow of writing, so you don't have to get up and go hunt things down, which is going to interrupt your flow. Step number 3, remove all distractions. And that means turn off your cell phone, turn off all social media. The only program that you want to have open on your computer is the one that you're using to write. And then make sure to tell your family or your roommate or whoever needs to know it is do not disturb time for you as long as you need to meet your goal. Step number 4, sit down and ground. And so it's important to create a sense of calm, a calm tone for your writing time now. And this is a great way to do that. And it also, I'm adding in here something to motivate you as well. So first of all, we want to call in your parasympathetic nervous system, and we can do that by focusing, dropping into our body. And what I suggest is when you sit down in front of your computer, notice your feet first. Feel the whole surface of your feet on the ground. And if your feet aren't touching the ground, then you can focus on your thighs on your chair. Either way, just really notice where there's pressure, where there's no pressure. And then become aware of your breath. Don't necessarily change it, but become aware of it. Become aware of how your body moves when you breathe. And become aware of the sound your breath makes as it passes through your throat. And stick with that until you feel really calm and ready. And then the next part of it is to close your eyes and visualize you holding your completed book, or someone in your audience, your clients, holding your book and a smile on their face. You at a reading where you're reading to your clients, or the fantastic comments that you're getting back from your clients or people who have read your book. Whatever motivates you the most. I want you to be really specific and visualize that. And this will really motivate you to write. Then step number 5 is to start writing. Write something, write anything, even if it's not perfect. One of the big mistakes that new writers often make is they start editing while they're writing. And that's a big mistake because it totally impedes the process. So don't even read what you wrote while you're writing. Just get it down on paper. Editing can come later. And then keep going until your goal is met, whatever that goal was. If it was writing for 2 hours, 5 pages, or whatever. This will keep the flow going the whole time that you're sitting. Step 6, super important step here too. You really want to acknowledge yourself. You did it. Your acknowledgement of your accomplishment is what keeps your motivation and the momentum of writing your book going. And if you've reached this step, you've gotten and met your goal, that means you've succeeded in moving through that resistance. And that means that you can do it again. And that's fantastic. Like the puppy says down there, you're awesome. So this is my first how-to video for this Facebook group. And here to welcome you in. I hope you enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. And stay tuned for more. I'm going to have an upcoming 3-day writing challenge, and I will be sharing much more with you on this page. Thank you.